Okay, so hi everyone. So here's another session of our lecturate on commonly used statistical tools for data analysis. For this session, we're going to have the analysis of three or more groups of data. So first of all, before we start, make sure that you have already installed the software Jamovi in your device. Okay, so when do we apply this test of three or more groups of data? So here are sample study objectives. Okay, so the first one is a study that determines significant differences on productivity scores among the five social enterprise groups. For this particular objective, take note that we are comparing the productivity scores of these five groups of data. Another sample objective would be determining if there are significant differences on performance of three groups of students under various strategies. So we have the traditional, modular, and software aided in teaching mathematics in the modern world. And then we also have determining differences of surgical time of patients along different ASA classifications. Okay, so all of these three objectives require application of tests of three or more groups of data. But how do we analyze difference of three or more groups of data? So first of all, we have to check first if your data is normally distributed or not. Okay? So if your data is normally distributed, we use the parametric method. Okay, specifically, we use the one-factor analysis of variance or ANOVA one way. And if the data is not normally distributed, then we use its non-parametric counterpart, that is the Kruskal-Wallis test. Okay, so what's the implication if your data is normally distributed? Okay, so a normally distributed data has no presence of extreme values or outliers. Wala tayo dyan mga extremely high or extremely low values. And when data is normally distributed, this allows the use of parametric methods in the data treatment. Otherwise, we use the non-parametric method. Okay, so how do we analyze or how do we determine if our data is normally distributed? So we have three tests of normality. We have the Anderson-Darling test. We have the Kolmogorov-Smirnov, which is appropriate for samples greater than 200. We also have the Shapiro-Wilk test, which is more appropriate if your sample size is less than 100. And based on these three tests, how do we know if your data is normally distributed? So we have this decision rule. Data is normally distributed if the p-value is greater than 0.05. So 0.05 is usually the level of significance that we set in our study. Again, the data is normally distributed if the p-value is greater than the level of significance. So let's have a sample problem or sample data. Okay? So for this particular illustration, we have two variables. We have the job satisfaction index score and we have the behavioral score. Okay, so let's take a look first at your job satisfaction index score. So using the Shapiro-Wilk test, the p-value is 0.073. Again, let's go back to our decision rule. Data is normally distributed if the p-value is greater than 0.05, level of significance. Okay. Is your job satisfaction index score normally distributed or is it non-normal? Okay. So it's normally distributed. What about your behavioral score? Okay. The p-value of your behavioral score is less than 0.001. Again, going back to your decision rule, data is normally distributed if the p-value is greater than 0.05. The p-value of your behavioral score, according to Shapiro-Wilk, is less than 0.05. Therefore, behavioral score is non-normal. Okay? Okay. So again, we proceed to the decision that if it's normally distributed, we use the parametric method. Otherwise, if it's not normally distributed, we use the Kruskal-Wallis test. Okay, so once we have established the particular test that we're going to use, Okay, we have to take note of the decision rule. When do we conclude that it's different, is significantly different or not? Again, on differences of three or more samples, there is significant difference if level of significance 0.05 is greater than the p-value. In terms of normality of data, the data is normally distributed if the p-value is greater than the level of significance. And again, and to add, on homogeneity of variances, the variances of the data are equal or homogeneous if the p-value is greater than the level of significance. Okay, so I want you to take note of these three decision rules. The decision rule for the test of differences is different from the decision rule of the normality and homogeneity of variances. Okay? So for the differences of three or more groups of data, under parametric method, we use the one-way ANOVA or the analysis of variance. Once we have established that your data is normally distributed, your next test is the test of homogeneity. Okay? If the variances are equal or homogeneous, we use the ANOVA-Fisher's test. And if it's not equal, we use the ANOVA-Welch test. Okay, so the non-parametric counterpart of one-way ANOVA is the Kruskal-Wallis test. And take note, if you look at the table, there's the corresponding post hoc test. We're going to use the post hoc test if and only if there is significant difference. Okay? If there's no significant difference, then we don't proceed to the post hoc test. Okay, so take note, under Fisher's test ANOVA, the post hoc test is the two-case test. That is if the variances are equal. Whereas under Welch test, if the variances are not equal, the corresponding post hoc test is the Games-Howell test. Okay? So under its non-parametric counterpart, the Kruskal-Wallis, we also have the post hoc test, the DSCF. It was still Critchlow-Fligner pairwise comparisons. Okay, so have this sample problem. Okay, so evidences show that the three key benefit indicators of implementing new technology in the hospitality industry are increase in online revenue, reduction in guest complaints, and increase in customer service ratings. Three establishments are known for their recent innovations in their products and services. The data below shows the customer service ratings. This is actually the average customer service ratings. So, are there significant differences in the implementation of the new technology among the three establishments? Use 5% alpha. Okay. So, we have here the average customer ratings per establishment. So, we have three establishments to be compared. Okay. So, initial step natin is to test the normality. Okay, so using the Shapiro-Wilk, the p-value is 0.4718. Okay, so from the result of the normality test, this indicates that the data is normally distributed. P-value 0.4718 is greater than 0.05 level of significance. Okay, and then we proceed to the homogeneity of variances test. Okay, so according to Levin's test, the p-value is 0.1307. So it's greater than 0.05. So therefore, the variances are homogeneous or equal. Okay? So the data is normally distributed and the variances are equal. Okay, so proceeding, so we use the Fisher's ANOVA test. Okay, so sa upper table, you can see here the descriptives. We have the average customer ratings of establishment A, which is 87.86. Establishment B has a mean of 91.38 and establishment C has a mean of 88.80. Okay, so the result of the ANOVA is 0.0013. The p-value is 0.0013 and it's less than, okay, 0.05. Okay, so what will be our conclusion? So statistical interpretation would be the results of the statistical test reveal significant differences on the customer ratings of the three establishments. Okay, so once we have established that there's significant difference, we proceed to conducting the post hoc test. So if you look at the value of the mean values, Numerically, establishment B, which has a mean customer ratings of 91.38, it's numerically higher than establishment A and C. But can you conclude now that among the three establishments, pinakamataas ang establishment B based on the result of your ANOVA? No, we cannot do that. Because from the result of the ANOVA, we can only conclude that there is significant differences. There are significant differences. But specifically, if you want to know which pair is significantly different, which establishment is significantly higher than this establishment, that cannot be answered by ANOVA. So we have to proceed to the post hoc test. Okay. The result of the post hoc test is given at the right table. Okay, so naka-matrix siya. So makikita natin diyan what the the difference between establishment A and B, establishment B and C, and establishment A and B. Okay, A and B, A and C, and then B and C. Okay. So naka-highlight dito yun may mga significant difference. So let's interpret one by one. Okay, so unahin natin point 0012. This is comparing establishment A and B. So since point 0012 is less than point 0.05, therefore the customer's ratings on establishment B is significantly higher than A. Okay? Take note, establishment B is 91.38, establishment A is 87.86. Okay. What about the next p-value? Okay, so yung p-value natin is 0.0180. So that's between establishments B and establishment C. Okay, so again, there's significant difference between the two. Therefore, so pwede tayo mag-conclude na the customer's ratings on establishment B is significantly higher than C. So kung titingnan natin, ang mean score ng establishment B is 91.38. Ang mean score ng C is 88.80. So mas mataas, significantly higher yon B. Okay, what about between A and C? Okay, between A and C, there's no significant difference. It's 0.5409. So, hindi ko na siya highlight. Pero sinama ko pa rin siya sa interpretation. Kasi 0.5409 is greater than 0.05. So, therefore, there's no significant difference on the customer's ratings between A and C. A is 87.86, C is 88.80. Okay. Ayan. So, that's how we conduct the test of three or more groups of data. So, to illustrate, illustrate natin using the Jamovi. So, first, dapat naka-open na yung data natin. So, dito tayo sa yellow, yung yellow na data. So, ang magiging itsura niyan, dito sa, ang magiging itsura niya, magkakaroon kayo ng dalawang column. First column is the establishment. So, naka-indicate dyan yung data for establishment A, B, and C. And then, yung susunod na column natin is the customer's ratings. May corresponding score ng customer per establishment. Okay? So, dapat naka-open na siya bago natin i-open ang Jamovi. So, open natin yung Jamovi. Ayan. So, same step. Usually, para-pareho lang naman yung first step natin. So, yung sa upper left na tatlong lines, click natin yan to import or open the data. Tapos, open natin. Tapos, click browse. Hanapin natin kung saan siya nakasave. So, automatically, makakita nyo sa left side, andyan na yung data natin. Ayan. Okay. Okay, so kung titingnan ninyo, kung may mapapansin kayo dun sa icon ninyo na yung customers rating ay na parang may mga tatlong circle, ibig sabihin yan, initially, trinit niya yon as um, nominal. So, papalitan natin siya ng continuous interval kasi numerical yung data natin. Okay, yan. And then, okay na yung data natin. So, we click ANOVA, tapos yung first lang, yung una lang, one-way ANOVA. Ayan. Okay, so ang dependent variable natin will be the numerical value. So that's the customer's rating, pasok natin dyan. And then grouping variable natin, establishment. We have three groups. Okay. Okay, so check natin yung descriptive table para makita natin yung mean score ng bawat establishment. And then, assumptions check muna tayo. Okay, check muna natin, normally distributed ba yung data natin? Okay, para this will warrant the use of your parametric method. So, click natin yan. Okay, so dito sa right side, ito na yung pinakita ko po kanina dun sa PowerPoint natin. Okay, although dito sa normality test, may tatlong lumabas na test. Nandito yung Shapiro-Kolmogorov. Pero consistent naman kasi kung makikita niyo ninyo yung value ng p-value niya, lahat naman siya greater than 0.05. So, one thing for sure, your data is normally distributed. Okay. Tapos, check din natin. So, normally distributed, ang next step is the homogeneity test. Check natin kung homogeneous. Again, check nyo lang siya. So, ito na yung pinakita ko ulit dun sa PowerPoint wherein ang value ng Levene's test, that's a test of homogeneity, is 0.1307. It's greater than 0.05. So, our data is homogeneous. Okay. So, homogeneous na, normally distributed pa. Pwede na natin siyang i-uncheck. Pero if you want to show the result of that, pwede nyo siyang ipakita sa appendix nyo. So, normally distributed and then equal in variances. So, initially, naka-check yung Welch test. Ang Welch test is not equal ang variances. So, uncheck natin yan sa may left side, tapos check natin yun, assume equal variances. So, Fishers ang lalabas. Okay, so yung lumabas po dito sa right side, ito na yung pinakita ko po dun sa PowerPoint natin. So, makikita natin dyan yung p-value, okay, nung ANOVA, and the descriptives. Okay, so since na-establish mo natin na may significant difference, okay, sa left side, sa may lower left, meron dyan post hoc. Okay, check nyo po yan. Check nyo po yung post hoc. Click pala yung post hoc. And then, since na-establish natin na equal variances, ang gagamitin natin dyan would be itong two case. Okay, so automatic naman po lalabas na yan dyan sa right side ninyo. Yung p-value niya. Okay, so ito po yung pinakita ko sa ano rin, sa PowerPoint. Ayan. Okay? So super dali lang po siya. Okay? Ayan. Kita natin ulit. Okay? So this is the result of the ANOVA. Na-establish natin na may significant difference. And then we proceed to our post hoc test. Okay? So that's it. Again, thank you very much for listening. So watch out for my next session on lecturate of application of commonly used statistical tools for data analysis. Thank you very much.